What's going on, guys? It's Russian Bravo here. Today I'm going to show you guys the best weapons to use against VOSIK. Now, let me warn you, this is not a tutorial on how to do VOSIK or the challenge, which is the gameplay that you're watching right now. This is just some recommendations of the best weapons, armor, and subclasses to use against him. For a good overall loadout that I think pretty much everyone should have, the Steel Medulla with the the Ex Machina sniper rifle and a Gallahorn is a great starting option. It is good damage. Gallahorn is great for dealing with the captains and good for DPS on VOSIK, and same with the Ex Machina sniper. And Steel Medulla is good for clearing out ads. And if you want to, you can always just take out the Gallahorn for any other heavy weapon you prefer, like if Materia if you want to, or the Raid Rocket, and throw on Outbreak Prime for those who have it in place of Steel Medulla. Outbreak Prime is just a great weapon. It'll pretty much be carrying you through the entire fight because it's great for DPS on VOSIK, and great for clearing out ads because of its Siva swarms. Also, another option, which isn't really the best for dealing damage to VOSIK, but really good for ads and captains, is replacing your heavy and exotic primary with the Dark Drinker exotic heavy sword. It does great work on ads, especially if you're not high armor character and are willing to go up in front to all of the ads and just slash them all to death. And it's great because it can 2-shot, maybe 3-shot the captain that spawns in every 3 rounds with the bombs. It's not great for dealing damage to VOSIK because it's not always the best or smartest idea to go up onto his platform to deal damage, but it is a good recommendation, and it's great for clearing ads, and you can use the sword to block damage for yourself and your teammates. Some other random suggestions you see in the gameplay. In the background, I'm using a 1,000-yard stare with triple tap and mulligan. That's always good. It can just get a little hard because VOSIK shakes around a lot and it's kind of hard to proc triple tap when it's not the easiest thing to take out on his crit spot. And I'm using an Imago loop that has Firefly and Surrounded, which is always good for clearing out ads because Firefly will deal damage to the ads around him. Just be careful because I think it's the Vandals that'll throw out those really annoying, like, Seeker Mines that'll just come after you and they deal a lot of damage. Now, in terms of subclasses, Hunters, Night Stalkers are your best bet. Pretty much for the entire raid. But if you have an abundance of Hunters, going Golden Gun Celestial Nighthawk is not a bad DPS option on VOSIK, and not a bad option for taking out the captains. Or if you really want to get creative, you can use Blade Dancer, which is going to be great for clearing ads, and I guess you can use it to take out Captain too. And Invis is always great if you're playing on normal mode and want to either get revives or just get out of cover. For Titans, Defender Titan. That's all I gotta say. Really, Defender Titan's your best bet. Weapons of Light, and maybe one more with Blessing of Light. If you have an abundance of Titans, you can either have a Striker or a Sunbreaker to deal with ads and captains, because they're just always great DPS options. Hammers aren't very good because you end up losing damage because of how long it takes to throw a hammer at VOSIK. But you can make it work. He's not even that hard to kill, let's be real here. Warlocks. This entire raid, Warlocks are pretty free. They can do whatever they want. Sunsinger, always the safest option. Real easy, just die, come back to life. If you can't make it to a room in time, you can always kill yourself by jumping off the edge and come back to life once the round starts up. But if you're a really skilled player who isn't going to die a lot, Voidwalker is an amazing option. The Nova Bomb does great damage against VOSIK, does great against killing ads, and it's great against killing the captain. Same with Storm Trance, although not the best against dealing damage against VOSIK, but great with ads and with captain. And also, it's very helpful to use Storm Trance, kill your own captain, then you can run to the other 2 sides and assist in killing those captains as well. Warlock's pretty free in this raid. Lastly, when it comes to armor, raid arms, always something I'm going to recommend. Those things are a godsend because, Jesus, the amount of heavy drops that you get is insane. Heavy is pretty much not going to be an issue. One synth is maybe all you're going to need. Um, Raid boots, you don't need them. There's no cannons. Raid chest, very useful, especially in hard mode because ads just keep hammering you with damage. So, extremely useful if you want to use raid chests so you take a lot less damage for throwing bombs because in hard mode everyone has to be throwing bombs. It's not a one-man show when it comes to those. For Titan exotics, Armamentarium's good for double nades. Twilight Garrison I always love because it'll help you dodge and get out of bad situations pretty easily. Nothing else really. You can use Dune Marchers, I guess. No backup plans are great if you really need a quick overshield, even though shotguns aren't always needed. And when it comes to hunters, Graviton Forfeit's alright. Have a Shade Step, even though I don't think you even need Shade Step and Keen Scout at the same time in the raid. But you can. It's always a viable option. And Bones of AO is pretty great too. You don't need the raid boots. Having 4 jumps is always great. Or if you're going to run triple jump or double jump with control, so you have 3 controlled jumps, that's always really nice. And Warlocks, I don't know. It isn't really much for you guys. Sorry. Transversa Steps, who the hell cares? They don't even work unless you're carrying Siege Engine parts, and this isn't even that part of the raid yet. Claws of Ahamkara and Ophidian Aspects are great, but I wouldn't use them to end up losing more heavy ammo. Because, you know, that's just a rip in my book. Hell no. And chest pieces, if you really want to, Void Fang vestments for double the for more Axiom bolts if you're going to run Void Walker, but that's only if you're willing to take the risk of dying to the ads when you're carrying bombs, especially if you're going to go up front. For some last minute suggestions, if you want to, you can use a shotgun, something like the Iron Banner shotgun or the Dead Orbit shotgun that has full auto. Really great against taking out captains and any ads that end up getting in your face. And that's pretty much it. There's not really much else. That's kind of everything. Sorry that I'm not going to be able to do all of the parts of the raid in one concise video, but I feel like it's better to have them split up. And also, YouTube's kind of a jerk. Since I'm a small channel, not allowed to post anything over 10 minutes, and this is already starting to go on to the rest of the gameplay, and I'm pretty much done. I got nothing else to say. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace out. I got part 2 with the Siege Engine. That's probably going to be pretty quick. Later. Have a great winter break, guys. Peace. Also, enjoy the rest of the gameplay. Sorry there's no sound. I swear my Elgato hates me to death. Alright, see ya. Bye.